J-A-Z-Z-Y style, R&B, mixing it with the hip-hop, swing beat, champagne. And all around the world. And all around the world.
Rocket. Hello. What, are we on? We're on. Okay, welcome to another Coroms Corner. Step into my corner to learn some new things today. First off, Kaylin here has some just an announcement.
Yep, so today is our first meeting for Key Club. If you want to join, you still are more than welcome. It'll be during lunch, so just bring your lunch in to the conference room right across from the library. And we're just going to be talking about this next year, making some plans, putting some offers in. It's a really great way to build up your college applications, especially for scholarships. They'll look for service opportunities that you've participated in. So come join us. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, so Caitlin is the advisor for the Key Club. So if you're interested in serving Key Club. So today we're going to talk about cultural competency. It's something in the social work field that you learn a lot about when you're in school, and it's just a way of of being competent, right, of other cultures. And so Kaylin, you're in school right now.
Yes.
Social work. So what are they teaching you about cultural competency?
So the most important thing that we kind of learn about is just knowing the differences and kind of knowing how to be sensitive to different cultures, because not everyone's just like us, and just kind of moving around that and making sure that you are aware so you can best connect with your client or best connect with one another, working together to create a happy environment.
And so what will they teach you if you're not aware? If you're working with someone of a different culture, but you're not aware of their culture, what do you do?
Ask. Most people are pretty open about
Simple.
Yeah, about
Ask.
talking about it.
So instead, because a lot of times you guys have all heard of stereotypes, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We have some guests with us that we'll get to them a little later. Some of our foreign exchange students here on campus, and we'll talk about some stereotyping. But stereotyping can be bad because you throw things out and you just assume things about someone's culture, and it's kind of like, no, that's not the way it is. So we have a video we're going to show that kind of speaks a little bit about that, Pacific Islanders and just some of the experiences they've been through about stereotyping and people just assuming what their culture is. Roll video.
There's some people who have never heard of the island of Samoa ever. I would give up personally, and I would say, have you heard of Hawaii? It's near there. In reality, it's not near there at all.
Many people think we're just passive people. They often mistake it with being lazy.
Lazy.
Hawaiians being lazy.
And even when I tell them, oh, I'm from Guam, like, you're from Guam? Where's Guam?
I would tell people that I'm Tongan. They would be like, so is that like Hawaiian? Is that like the hula dances and the luau's? And oftentimes I would just have to settle and say that that's close enough.
I think when you say Pacific Islanders, the first thing that comes to most people's minds are big sports stars or big athletes.
We're actually pigeonholed into the athletic category, but I was never one to be really into sports.
I've never played sports, and when I tell them that, they insist that I should play sports because that's going to be a waste of height, and it's in my genes.
I've been called flying Hawaiian, or I'll be asked do the haka, which is not really a Samoan thing.
They insist they know more about myself than I actually do know about myself.
Hawaii was illegally annexed to the United States. A bunch of American businessmen wanted to have access to the land, and they got the support of the U.S. Navy, and they basically told the Queen, you can let us have rights to your land, or we can fire on you and destroy you.
We are citizens of the United States. Although people back on the islands don't get to vote for president, we are some of the small group of citizens in the United States that don't actually have presidential voting rights.
And I distinctly remember asking my professor, it was the first year of school, did the syllabus,
And it was the upper division course, like the last part of your Asian American Studies class, and I asked him, are we ever going to learn about Pacific Islanders? And he was like, well, unfortunately there isn't a professor who can talk about Pacific Islanders. We won't be able to highlight that. And I was just really upset. And I remember just feeling like I'm gonna self-teach myself if I have to. I'm gonna look at schools that have Pacific Islander studies and teach myself about myself. And that's like the one hardest thing I had to do.
Growing up, seeing things on TV, Hawaiians weren't really portrayed in such a positive way.
And then when they think of Islanders, they always think of like hula dancers or Lilo and Stitch type characters.
Tikis and hula dancing, the wrong kind of hula dancing.
It's tough growing up as a Pacific Islander and maybe feeling that you don't.
Oh, there we go. Over here. Okay, hello, and so that's a quick video on just kind of cultural competency. Just one example of a people, right, from the Pacific Islands and stuff that they've kind of gone through. So here we have, let's see, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Manami.
Microphone.
I'm from Japan. I am from Japan. Okay.
I'm Lisa Adams. I'm from America.
I'm Anna, and I'm from Germany.
Okay, well, good to have you guys on the show. So we have two foreign exchange students. And Liesl, cool thing about her, she lived in New Zealand for a while. And so we're going to get her perspective of an American living in a different country. So real quick, what are some stereotypes that maybe you have had while here in the United States?
Japanese stereotype is a lot of eat rice, and then Japanese also quiet, and then in Japanese school we can go outside when we eat lunch. Yeah.
You can't go outside?
Yeah.
So you have to stay inside?
Yeah, and then eat lunchbox.
Is that because you guys behave bad?
Uh-huh.
You do? Okay. We'll keep an eye on you then.
The German stereotype is that we're angry and screaming a lot. And
Can you give us an example of that?
No, I cannot. I don't like to scream.
Just be angry? Can you give us an angry face? That's,
like
okay.
that?
Yeah, that looks German.
Yeah. Yeah, so the most thing that we're angry, and we eat a lot of sausages and potatoes.
Okay, like brats.
Yeah, like brats, but different.
Yeah.
Brats are not really good.
No?
No,
Okay.
they're not. And some of them says we drink a lot of beer.
Do you drink beer?
No, I don't.
Not a lot.
No, I'm too young.
Yes, that's illegal in the United States.
Yes, like
Okay.
in Germany, you can drink when you're 16. Then you can drink beer
Oh, when you're
and
16.
wine.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, here it's 21. So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, cool. Okay, so Liesl, question. So, living in New Zealand, what was that like as an American?
Well, when people found out that we were from America, a lot of them were like, well, how come you're like not fat? And how come you don't have like McDonald's with you all the time? You know? And so it was kind of weird because they just kind of were like, oh, you're American. They either were really excited or really confused. And I think it's just that they didn't know very much about Americans because they're not American. So I don't know. They were really nice about it though. So
Now, in New Zealand, though, you have your mix, right? Because you have your kind of English influence, and then you also have your Pacific Islander influence, correct?
Yeah.
So, did you notice anything about that at all?
They're a lot. What I noticed a lot was that they're a lot more open to Pacific Islanders. Like a lot of the New Zealand culture, as they've integrated a lot of the Maui culture into the English culture. And so it's really cool because they're a lot more, like they're not as oppressed, I should say.
Okay.
So I thought that was really cool.
Okay, cool. And so, Manami, so how about you? What are some things you notice about the United States here that you've liked, that you have not liked?
Difference.
Yeah.
We can use smartphone at school.
Oh, so you can't use that in Japan?
Yeah.
That's no stereotype, right? Japanese, you guys are very, very smart.
Yeah.
Right?
And yeah.
Is that true?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, good. I like that. So confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're running out of time here, but is there something, any of you girls like to say about just, cultural competence? Just what would you like? I mean, are people afraid to come up and talk to you because you are from another country, you feel? No.
No.
Okay. Anami?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, well, thank you, ladies, for being on the show today. So these are some of our two. We have 3 foreign exchange students, and but yeah. So just big thing, like Kaylin said, ask. If you don't know, ask. Don't be afraid to go up and talk to people and ask them about their cultural differences. It's Coroms Corner. We'll see you next week in my corner. Goodbye.